freeze comes from the actual funding that we receive from the federal government.
Latweeta Swires has worked in housing all over the country for more than 20 years and recently joined Lafayette's Housing Authority in April.
I've only been here a couple of weeks, so we're still doing assessment to see how we can maximize the utilization of the vouchers.
She was quickly put to work as federal funding from Housing and Urban Development began to run out.
A letter had gone out. The case manager sent a letter out to state, hey, we're just letting you know, after your year's up at this project-based voucher, we don't have any vouchers available for you to move into another area because there aren't any vouchers available.
The Housing Choice Voucher Program, formerly known as Section 8, helps low-income neighbors access affordable housing. But with federal funding cuts, LHA says there are no vouchers left to give.
It's the raising of rental costs for affordable housing in the community. It's also the raise of rent increases with landlords that's on our program and wanted to have an increase in the proration of the subsidy that we receive from actual HUD. It's a combination of those things.
Got it. So just really overall inflation is really what I'm hearing.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
With almost 300 people on the waiting list and no vouchers available, Swires says attrition is the only way to move forward.
We are not also pulling from the waiting list due to attrition. Attrition comes from unreported income, people deceased, and people turning their voucher over, say, I no longer want it. And after the attrition rate and we go through the 270 people, then that's when we'll go ahead and open the waiting list up again.
Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father, Only God and Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakpadash, the honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, for teaching us His truth according to the Bible and rule well. Another not a sincere argument with what the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth through diligence and sincerity and in charity, and another to all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well. You men, women, and children, hopefully like Shalom. And this is that news clipping came out of Lafayette. I believe that's Louisiana. Don't quote me on it, but it's here in America. And this is going, throughout the four corners of America, man. And we know that the Edomites are the major ones that are on these things. But Jake is on it too. And it's going to affect you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Indian women, all right, more than ever. Because Bible prophecy is fulfilling itself. And, you've lived carelessly, you've lived deliciously, right along with your master Esau. And now time is up, okay? This is Isaiah 32:9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Because the Lord's putting on this devil, all right, to cut back. All right, a lot of money that was being put into these programs are being taken away and being put elsewhere. Okay, the Lord is taking His feeding hand away from you women, man. All right, He had Esau sustained you over the years, over the decades, and you used it as a tool to, come against your man, to say you don't need a man, to run the household. All right, you used it in wickedness. So therefore, all right, the Lord is gonna, reverse the roles. You're gonna see what it's like to be as an Israelite man, because that's what you want to be anyway. Okay, He's gonna take all the comforts away, all the government benefits. All right, and you have to go out there and get it, because remember, you did not need a man, right? This is Isaiah 32:11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. And where are women at ease at? Right here in Babylon. Got your Section 8, got your food stamps. You got your little Honda Civic. You got your little, what you call them cars? Your little Altimas, Nissan Altimas. right? You know, you can't tell you women nothing. You got your Lexuses, things of that nature, your Hyundais, right? Have food delivered to you. Okay, men worship you here. All those things is over with, man. It's over with. Isaiah 32:11. Tremble. Let's get that word. Let's get that word tremble. In the Hebrew, kahawarad. It says tremble, afraid, terrified, quake. All right. Just want to look it up real quick in the dictionary. It says tremble of a person or body part, shake involuntarily. All right. That result of anxiety. All right. And a lot of you women are on anxiety pills already. But it says tremble you under at ease. All right. Be troubled, you careless one, strip you and make you bare and girt sackcloth upon your loins, which is a sign of mourning. It says they shall lament for the teats. All right, the teats are being taken away for the pleasant field, for the fruit of the vine. It's not just with Section 8. It's with, once again, SNAP. All right, these are food stamps. Esau's cutting back. And then, you know, there's articles out where, you know, you can't get BS no more with these SNAP and food stamp cards, things of that nature. You can't buy chips and, you know, BS. You have to buy healthy things, which is a good thing. But the point of the matter is Esau is taking these things away. Once again, money is going elsewhere. All right. The women of our nation are going to be forsaken by this devil. That's why the scriptures say, Isaiah 30, 31 and 1. I'm going to highlight it real quick. It says, woe to them, which means destruction, that go down into Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, right? Egypt represents America. All right, America is coming in the spirit of Egypt, ancient Egypt. I mean, look at what, you know, Egypt did to the children of Israel, how they had them in captivity. All right. And the same thing is happening now. Well, people say, well, we're not in captivity. Well, read the 3rd chapter. Scripture said, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. What is captivity? Slavery. Well, you think your birth certificate, your social security card, all right, your ID, a driver's license, that's a privilege. All right, if you're not a slave, why do you need a privilege to do something? Anyways, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, right, which represents this man's power, all right, his system, his military. It says, because they are many, and in horses, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. And that's what our people should be doing. They should be seeking the Lord. But the women of my nation, they don't know any better. They're only going to seek to who's in power and follow them. Well, they got a rude awakening, because the power shift is being shifted to the men of the Lord. And once the devil removes his hand, right, from taking care of you, then you're going to realize, I should have been getting with the man of the Lord the entire time. And for a lot of you women, it's going to be too late. And you women that got men of the Lord, all right, you better treat that man like gold, because you are easily replaceable. You are easily replaceable. You know, brothers in this truth, we don't ask for much, man. right? We don't ask for much, but you better treat that man like he's your Lord. But anyways, all right, this is going to cause a lot of women to suffer poverty. All right, where's that? I think that's second Ezra. And we're not going to, we're going to wrap it up soon. Let's see here. Where is it at? No, I think it's 15 and 40 something. Yep, 49. Second Ezra 15 and 49. I will send plagues upon thee. And these plagues that's coming in the latter days is gonna be crucial, man. They're gonna hit you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians hard as it already is hitting you hard. All right. It says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood. Right. This is gonna be a lot of women out here without husbands. It says poverty, right, being brought down to a lower state and not having a place to live. All right, that's being brought down low. The Lord told us the chief things that a man needs is water, food, clothing, and a house to cover thy shame. And He's taking these things away. It says famine, sword, pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and deletion. And once again, it's going to really hit you females. Because men been struggling. Men been struggling. Paying taxes, paying child support. Then on top of that, gotta provide. You women, only thing you know is take. That's all you've been programmed to do is take. And the Lord's getting ready to bring you down. And that's where Isaiah 4 and 1 is definitely going to come into play. All right. And once again, for a lot of you women, it's going to be too late. Micah 7 and 10 says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which say unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Where is he? Catching all this hell, where is he? Right? It says, my eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. So for a lot of you women, this is just the beginning. All right? No more Section 8. All right? The minute of the Lord rejecting you, this is just the beginning, which is ultimately Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai rejecting you. Okay? This is the mindset we need to be in as a people, including you women. It's Ecclesiastes 7. And I'll start at 4. It says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. So a wise person is going to be in the house of mourning, right? You women ought to be in a state of mourning. This devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath upon our people, according to Revelation 12. Like a madman, sparing none. That includes you women. You see that happening now. He's taking away. Where am I going to go? Who am I going to live with? That's why you see this van life popping off. People living in their cars, right? I'm thinking they beating the system and getting gym memberships and going to wash up and work out and go to work. Soon come, you're not going to be able to do that. Verse 5, it says, it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise man than for a man to hear the song of fools, and that includes you women. It's better to hear the rebuke from the prophets. So what I hear apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, than to hear the song of fools. Everything's gonna be all right, you know. Oh, just trust in me. Take this chip, because that's what Esau's gonna say. Take this chip, and I'm gonna put you back better than ever. You're gonna be in a brand new house, cooking pork chops. We're gonna give you this nice amount of credits on your chip, and you're gonna be good to go. Nah, man, it's better to hear the rebuke of the wise. Once again, these are words to consider, Israel. All right, mainly you women. All right, the Lord is gonna force you into your role, and your role is to serve a man, an Israelite man, right? More importantly, a man of the Lord on this side in these last days. So get in where you fit in. I don't want my man having more than one wife. Get in where you fit in. Times is getting bad. Shalom.